Oh, sweet merciful. Okay, I was tagged for a gamer tag. I'd like to thank Pwn Logan. What was my first console? Wow, that's an interesting story, funny enough. All my friends had Game Boy Colors, and I'd never had a console, despite playing on someone's Mega Drive sometimes. I went to buy a Game Boy Color, and whoever I went to somehow sold me a PS1 instead. The little circular sort of, the smaller one, the PS1, the one. And then I got Crash Team Racing with it, and I didn't buy an awful lot of games after that. I mostly borrowed games off other people, but I played Crash Team Racing a considerable amount, so I got my gameplay's worth. Yeah, so that was technically my first console, which is kind of sad because actually I remember when I got it, the PS2 was being advertised, so you know, quite a latecomer to actual. I was more old PC stuff before that. First handheld experience. There's basically none. Of my phone, I guess. I don't know. I've never really done anything with handheld games. At most, I borrowed someone's Game Boy Color once, or Advance or something, and played some Mario game. I think it was like a sort of remake of. I don't know. That's the easiest way to answer it. Closest thing I had was one of those ones that had loads of other stuff loaded into it. The shitty ones. That's all I can say on that, I'm afraid. What game have you spent the most hours in? Well, this is the most interesting question because it took me a while to put this video together for other reasons, but within that, I couldn't actually decipher what game I spent the most hours in, because there are different eras of my life, and within each of those I can think of the games I spent the most hours in, but I can't figure out which is the most. So I had some options. Let's go oldest. This SimCity 3000, I've possibly put fucking years into that since I played it every day. But then there's also The Sims Living It Up, and Somewhere Sims Hot Date. It's different to other games because you do just sit there doing basically nothing. So what might seem like hours and hours in something like Uncharted 2, which is I know for a fact is over 100 hours, you know, who knows how many fucking hours I've sat watching people put dishes away and whatever else in that. But then, the most logical answer, and again, Crash Team Racing could be the most hours because, you know, it was one of my only PS1 games, and Tekken 3. I still don't think any of them can compare to the most obvious choice, which is Tomb Raider 2. And you can tell just by the condition of the box alone that this thing's ancient. I don't know how this thing still runs. I actually ran the one from my gameplay, videos, my playthroughs off this shitty disc. You can probably see the shit. It's massacred, and yet it still runs perfectly. So, I don't know. The funny thing was, it was playing the same. It was like even Venice alone, I may have racked up serious hours on just from playing it after school every day. And so yeah, I'm gonna go with Tomb Raider 2 because I just know I can't structure how many hours, because it's just every day it was. It's kind of sad actually, because it's, you know, it's a fabulous game, but yeah, it's gotta be. Which game gives you the most nostalgia? Interesting. That one. It's Massacred. I don't know. It's possibly that one, or maybe something even older. There was a really old Toy Story game. Not Toy Story 2, although I have that here as well. I've been playing it again recently, but much further back. One of the first games I ever played was Toy Story 1, the side-scrolling one. So that probably gives me the most nostalgia, but at the same time, Tomb Raider 2 is from the exact same time. Flight Simulator 98, I think it was. I used to play that a lot, which recently I've actually come to realise might be the reason I use inverted aim on everything, is because I used to use a joystick for both Tomb Raider 2 and Flight Simulator, and getting sidetracked, but that's, you pull back, down for up, and, you know, like a gun, up. Why? Of course there's a lot of nostalgia with Crash Team Racing, and Crash 2 and 3 in particular, and Crash 1. Anything Crash related is going to give me serious nostalgia, but because I play them so often now, it's not really a nostalgia thing anymore, because they're sort of more timeless than the likes of shitty Flight Simulator 98. Or Tomb Raider 2 in a way, because I'll probably never play Tomb Raider 2 again. Who needs to? I have videos, hours of videos of me playing it that I can watch, because that's how sad I am. Oh, this is a terrible one to end on, actually. What is your favourite multiplayer experience? There are none. Not online anyway, because I have no patience for online stuff. I take everything too personally, and I just don't have a good internet connection, or at least I didn't until now, and yet I still don't play it. So it really is the patience thing. But for multiplayer split screen stuff, I used to play Crash Team Racing with different people a lot. Mortal Kombat I actually used to play with my friend. That was a lot of fun. And Tekken, anything sort of fightery, or then something more recent came to mind. Playing, not sure. Well, there was a couple of different people, but I played Fear 3's campaign. The whole way through is the exact same with multiplayer as it is single player. And for a game that isn't as good as the first two, I actually thought that the multiplayer thing gave it a different aspect that actually saved the game in a way, because it was a lot of fun playing that. But I'm gonna go with I'd say the Crash Team Racing multiplayer stuff was fun, especially if you can get it up to 4 players, or 3 or 4 players, which I never did, but that's something else altogether. Just given the insanity of the whole thing, but that's it. Again, thank Pwn Logan. Was probably, see that? You see that right there? It's down there, isn't it? This is so bad. I'm so shit. Ow! Ah, I bit my gum again. That is so bad. That is so bad.